weekend has finally come to an end, just like it never came. And for people like me, well, we wish it lasted longer. Well, Rounders is here again on your screen to keep you up to date to trending issues going on in Nigeria and around the world. So welcome to Randoms, where we get to share with you trending issues ranging from politics to lifestyle to entertainment and lots more. And remember, it is little of politics and more on the entertainment side. And of course, I have with me in the studio, as always, Ogochukwu.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for having me.
Yes, Ogo, you look so pretty as always. It seems like I always say this to you. Is it now a norm? Are you now used to it? Should I stop saying that?
No, please.
Okay.
I like it. And you also, you look pretty.
Well,
I like the way you styled your hair.
Thank you.
Is this your natural hairstyle?
It is.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Thank you. So how was your weekend? Like I said before, we introduced you, I said my weekend was so short. Like it never even existed. So how was yours? I hope you enjoyed the
honestly, it's a short weekend, honestly. Sometimes I just feel like it's no longer enough. Saturday, Sunday, and you're up to Monday.
I saw a tweet when someone said they should just add Monday to this weekend. And I'm like, what days will be left for work?
We'll do 4 days.
That would be great. No, we can make it 4 days, but maybe federal government should consider that.
Should consider it, honestly, because the bustling and hustling throughout the week, the working week, and sometimes it even continues to the weekend. You see people working so hard in the weekend. There's no rest. Unlike growing up, when I was growing up, Saturday and Sundays are always fun. We always look forward to those days because you have to stay back at home, maybe wash your uniform, do a bit of cleanup and a lot of rest. Sundays were always fun days for us. But now we work, it's more like growing up to being an adult, you work like stretch from Sunday to Sunday.
Sincerely.
So there's no much weekend.
It's a lot. Adulthood now, waiting, now scam. For some people, maybe not everybody, but well, the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, has demobilized 54 graduates of the University of Calabar who were illegally registered for national service by crooks in the university system. A statement by the NYSC Director of Information and Public Relations, Eddie Megwa, said another 19 among them that initially registered online for mobilization have been prevented from service, while 4 certificates of national service for other corporates were not produced by the scheme. This is in addition to the earlier 101 certificates that were recently awarded by the scheme, making a total of 178. The NYSC Director General, Brigadier General Y.D. Ahmed, said they would all face legal persecution. This is, forgive me, say this is laughable. Like, in as much as it is not a funny, thing, it's actually laughable. Like 174.
I pity those core members because honestly,
pity.
Yeah, I do, because if what you just read now, the statement you read just now was, I think it's not from their part.
Okay.
I don't think it's from their part. I think it's from the people who registered them, because I want to really assume that these persons are really graduates. They actually graduated from a particular university. And if they were graduates, then there's a mobilization process. I think it's from either the person who did the mobilization, like maybe in the cyber cafe, or from school. I really do not want to think that it was their idea to come in as fake core members.
No. I think from the standpoint of the DG of NYC, I think those people were illegally mobilized. From what I understand, I feel like they are fully aware that they are not. There's a process you go through before you are fully mobilized. I think they did not go through that process. Maybe could have certificate issues or something for them to.
Mobilization comes from the school. I think it's directly from the school. So whoever did this should be from the school. I don't think it's from an outsider. An outsider do not have access to this information to do any of these things to you. So it's from the school. And persecuting these people is I don't know. I think people in the school, whoever is in charge, they should do a further investigation to persecute the people in charge who did this mobilization instead.
The funny thing is that the VC of the school, I think Mrs. Florence or something, something. She actually went to the DG of NYSC to report her school. You know, she went to him and said,
bold.
we have some numbers of students that are being illegally mobilized. Please, you need to treat that issue. And I'm like, this is your school students. Like, you couldn't call the boards of, you know, I don't know, call the people around, those in charge, the HODs, and all of, you couldn't, you know, talk about this within yourself. You had to go and meet the DG to bring out the name of the school in a very not so good light. Well, from reports have it that most, not most, I think about 3 years ago, those students that graduated, legally graduated from the school, have not been mobilized for NYSC, and not because they have certificate issue or whatever, but the school has been hindering them from being mobilized because of one thing or the other. I didn't really get the reason why.
Okay.
So it has, you know, this thing can actually trigger the students to go out of their way to be mobilized, because I've gotten my certificate, or maybe they've not gotten their certificate, but
of course you should.
I'm done with school for over 2-3 years. Why am I not being mobilized? And maybe someone from the school say, oh, I can work it out for you. Let's do it this way. Let's do it that way. And they mobilize them, you know.
See?
So I think the problem is they should really, like you said, they should really probe into the school, because why coming out to report your school? What have you done to make a total of 174 students not being legally mobilized? So there should be a serious probe into the school. And for the fact that she could not tackle it with you know, the other lecturers, then there is a big problem. Unical has a big problem from my standpoint.
And looking at this, you just mentioned that these are some of the students who have graduated for over 4 years, 3 years now.
I personally know somebody that graduated for over, I think this year will make it the 3rd year. And she has everything. From that same school. What has been the problem? She has not given any substantial.
Not a spill, nothing. You see, these are the reasons. Like people, young adults are spending their lives. Young graduates, rather, are spending 3-4 years of their life doing nothing. And you know, NYSC has age limits. When you are 30, you can no longer serve. And people, it is their dream to serve. Honestly, in Nigeria, you see, if you don't go to NYSC, they don't even consider you a graduate. They were like, I don't think this person has graduated. I don't know if you see it that way, but most times they just want to see you wear that cap or that khaki. They say, oh, yes, the person graduated, honestly.
Because they believe that the process of serving
it seals your graduation and all of that. So this is their dream, and you're killing people's dreams. And I don't know if this whole mobilization issue has been coming up in Unical or other school. You know, some persons might have even been wrongly mobilized, but they got their way through it. And maybe at the end of the day, it might even backfire and hit on them. Maybe when they go out to get jobs or something, an investigation can just go underground, and they find out that someone who actually served some years back was wrongly mobilized and should be called back. Now you cannot even serve again. You cannot undo or redo whatever it is you have done. So I think truly, just like you said, that a probe should be done. Like they should do a very good investigation into this, knowing fully well that this thing has been going on the ground, and there's somebody, is an in-house person that is doing this mobilization. It is not good. On the side, most times I always look at things from mental side, like mental perspective, because it has dropped on this student, on this graduates now. You said 174 graduates now that were supposed to serve. They are being demobilized. And it's, I really have to, I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. You can imagine me being mobilized, and I'm telling myself, and I told my friends, my family, that I'm going to NYSC camp. I want to go and serve. And all of a sudden, you're getting a news, and they are chasing you out of over 2,000 core members. You can imagine the shame it will bring. It's
really shameful.
Yes, the shame it will bring to those students. And they're not just saying it in the camp. They have publicized your name. You can see it in the news. You can go to the internet, and everybody will say, oh, this is what you did. Oh, this is like the mockery that comes with it, and all of those things. Seriously, I really feel pity for those core members.
But you know, we could also look at it like it's a two-way sword thingy. But we could also look at the side of the federal government, because at this point they don't know who is who is supposed to. Like who is a true graduate, will I put it like that, or who is not. So at this point, they are just like, well, just a bunch of, just take everybody out, like this. I think probably, I don't know how they did their selection, but I think maybe the, you know, they have batches, and maybe this particular batch of students from Unical, oh yeah, all of them, let's demobilize them because of maybe they got an evidence of, you know, kind of on one person and all of that. And it's really sad on their part. You know, recently the federal government says that that schools, varsities will now start submitting matriculation lists. Yes, like matriculation list. I think they said 3 months after matriculation, they would submit the list.
Why the list, please?
I don't know. I feel like it's a way to, you know, to check if, okay, this person, she entered, did she graduate? Okay, she has graduated, she's good to go. You know, because lots of persons,
not everybody who goes in will graduate the same time.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they want to go about it, but I think it's a way to you know, to balance everything, to know that okay, maybe this person came into school and this person has graduated. Okay, this person is good to go. You know, just like I said about I think in one of our shows I talked about the Benin Republic. Yes,
Saga
if we start to replicate that kind of thing in Nigeria, it will be worse. Because trust me, Nigeria has, I don't know how to explain it, but when it comes to corruption, they know how to take it up. Now, Benin probably might do their own underneath, you know, in a very subtle kind of quiet way. You might not even get to know about it. If that reporter did not go as far as going for Nysc, just so he can prove to the world that these people actually sell results, and the result that's being bought, people actually use it to sell. Many people won't know that is going on. I think something like that is going on in Benin Republic. But when it comes to, if that kind of thing is happening in Nigeria, you will know about it. And you might not, the federal government might even probe about it, but that thing will still be going on. That's why I say, you know, that kind of system, if it's being brought into Nigeria, trust me, it will be worse. It will escalate. Now, the guy was talking about a particular school, but if it comes to Nigeria, I believe that it will, a lot of schools in Nigeria. And I'm so glad that the federal government they are really, you know, they demobilize this. Now, it's like I said, it's a two-way, so we cannot be certain about. But I like the fact that they are taking action.
Yes,
I'm super glad that they are taking action. It shows that we are not condoning this kind of thing. If we get to find out, we are going to demobilize you. You are not going to go. You know, you are not going to serve. It shows that they really have the upper hand, and I'm super glad about that.
Yes, of course, I'm happy to.
All right, we'll be going on a break now, and when we return, we have more trending issues to discuss with you. So stay tuned. Welcome back. If you are just tuning in, this is Randoms, and hi, and Ogochukwu. We just finished discussing the Unical and Nysc saga, and of course we had a lot of things to say about that. But that's by the way. There's been a huge backlash on the alleged wife of one Mr. Anozie, who was helped by a popular Good Samaritan, Asherkine. Mr. Anozie got popular due to the video posted by Asherkine where he was gifted various food items. It was stated in the video by Mr. Anozie, who drives a commercial vehicle in Lagos State, while further stating that he has a wife and 4 children who he caters for with the little money that comes from his job. While some Nigerians were investigating, they stumbled on his alleged wife's post where she posted a picture of her kids, and in the caption there was an hashtag single mother. Okay. This caused a lot of controversy online. Wow, of course it will cause a lot of controversy online. Because why? You know, when I saw that trend, I was like, what is going on? Like, what really is going on? What came to my mind at first was, is there any woman that would actually have a husband but still happily claim to be a single mother if there is no issue or if there is no problem? But you know, when I kept, you know, reading lots of comments, I followed her post on Facebook, and I saw lots of explanation that she made. I was like, okay, there is more to this story than you came across that story, right?
Of course I did, Sharon. You know, when I first saw her post concerning hashtag, I think it was her daughter's graduation, and after wishing her a happy graduation, she had added the hashtag single mother. You know, when this saying where some people say it's better being dead than being alive in this kind of situation. Wow. So some persons would tell you it's better being single than being married in this situation. And you know, when I dug deep into the story, it was more like, okay, she is actually catering for the house. Okay. You know, she is the one upholding the family, the bills, of course, and maybe rentage and all of that. And she just feels like, my husband is not contributing, so why should I even call him a husband? Honestly, yes, not nice at all. That's the way the story was. And you know, at this point, it got me thinking. Family issues now are now more on social media than discussed in family, in the house, in the home. I don't think everybody's home now is on social media. Yes. If I eat eba and okra soup now, it's like I'm posting it on social media. If my life is going south, it's like it's on social media. So it's really, it's disturbing when I had to see that she posted single mom, and I found out about her husband. You just said Asherkine actually gifted him.
The husband, yes.
Yeah, got so many things, and even money.
And Nigerians even went as far as they gifted him I think when last I checked, it was 2 million. I don't know if it has gone above that. And yes, it's the story of the man really touched their heart. It was really amazing. Really it became touching. Another a second Momizi, and they kept gifting him and gifting him. And
Nigerians like situations like that, honestly, because if you watch the video and you listen to the video, you see the man trying to, you know, commend his wife and all of that. Okay, these gifts are going to my wife and my children. That was how we knew that this person is actually his wife.
And before that video, like you know, got popular online, she had already posted that single mother. So it was before.
Yeah, it was before the video.
That means during the time that Asherkine gifted him that
the post was already there. Wow. Was already there. So she had already singled her mind. I don't know, maybe in the home she had other pressing issues, other issues that actually made her to say that. Perhaps maybe they had a back and forth, maybe, you know, normal.
I heard it was due to rent. Probably she started taking up the rent, and that there was a time the man, because she left the house that they rented because they could not foot the bill. She went to stay with her mom, and it's just a lot. And I think she rented an apartment while the man was staying with his friend, and when he came to visit his children, he decided to stay with her, and she told him, she spoke to him and said, okay, well, now that you're staying with us, would you please join so we could foot the bill, the rent, you know, bill together? And he was like, no, he doesn't have money, he can't do that. And she said she got so, according to her, she got so angry, and she was like, no, I can't do this again.
Well, you know, one can't really say, we cannot just conclude,
you know, now it's just social media. She says her part, he says his part, and we are just reading back and forth.
We cannot conclude though. Do you know, when I sat back, let me tell you one funny part. When I sat back, I'm like, a lot of things are happening now. People are hungry. Do you think this thing can be staged? Though? A lot of stage things are happening. Yes. So, but then I don't want to even. I really do not want to look at it that way, because people can do different things to beg money, to ask for money. If someone can go to a motherless baby home, pay a particular amount of money, pick twin babies, take them to the streets just for you to feel pitied and give her money.
My goodness.
Then yes, it is happening. Then a lot of things can happen. I remember there was one story. Sorry, I'm a bit deviating a bit from the story. There's one story about one woman at Area 1 bridge. She had like triplets, and a very kind Samaritan met her like, a triplet, very fine triplet. He said he usually passed that bridge to work. So he met her someday and said, these your babies are so beautiful. What's happening with you? Where's your husband and all of that? And she said her husband died immediately. She gave birth to the children, and she gave her story and all of that. And then the man said, okay, I'm going to help you. He posted on his social media page. He's a philanthropist, and God so kind, he got a lot of viewership and a lot of help. People started contributing. He even had to rent a 2-bedroom flat for the woman, gave her money for business, asked her what kind of business can she actually do. She said the kind of business she could do. He gave her money for the business. And guess what? After 1 month, he still met her on that bridge.
My goodness.
At this point, he was so angry because these babies are too tender. They are very, very tender. They are still infants. And you keep them under cold, under the sun, just because you want to make money. Why are you being selfish? Now, at this point, one might want to think that these babies are not really your babies, because if they are your babies, then you won't do this. You will not bring your babies under the sun, under the rain. It's not like your legs it's not like there's anything wrong with your leg. You're not amputated. They don't amputate any of your legs. Your limbs are okay. Your hands are okay. You can see, you can walk, you can breathe fine. There's nothing wrong with your health, and yet you still bring these children under, so
that's wickedness.
That's the reason why I thought about it that way. So many persons come up and they say, no, it's just a skit, it's just a skit. But if this is not really a skit, then I would say that the woman is actually, she didn't really do well by bringing up that issue. So, it's more like saying you've divorced your husband, or maybe he's dead. For you to claim a single mother.
You can't divorce somebody that is not aware, because from the video that Asherkine put, like you said, he acknowledged his wife and his 4 children. So it shows that she is still his wife. So why are you going around doing your?
Do you know if he's the only one still marrying her?
It can happen. Like, hey, God.
Now you see they date me. Me and they date.
It happens, but it's not something we see often on in marriage. We know if it comes to relationship and you don't tire for this relationship, you just know that it's like it's just
anybody answering present. Yeah, you're not doing anything.
But it doesn't happen so often in marriage. So this is terrible.
Really. A lot are happening in marriages, honestly.
Well, this topic is really interesting. It's really interesting, and of course, we would like to, hear what Nigerians are saying on social media. So, Ogochukwu, please fill us in on that.
All right, so this is the sweetest part of it. Me, I like gist very well. And when you go to X and Facebook and Instagram and the likes, you get to hear comments, good comments and bad comments concerning a particular issue. Right now, we're going to dive into X comments concerning this saga about the woman who imposes herself as a single mother, even when she's still married. So the first comment is coming from Ejiro Gene, and this comment is coming from Facebook. And she says, or he says, you are not a single mom. Your husband is a hardworking man whom God gives running into over 2 million naira from Asherkine, and he came home to you and your 4 children. In the video, he said you and the kids were his reasons for living. Oh, how are you then a single mom, for God's sake?
How? Please, that's the question. How? Mom, please explain how. What?
Like, seriously, the part that really gladdens my heart was when he acknowledged his family, his wife and his children. Then, a lot of times men don't really talk. We women, we are very quick to speak, want to be heard.
I think that's
we are
just
very emotional, yes. The man might really appreciate everything his wife is doing for him, but some men will not show it. And now this is the part where you have to show it. When you appreciate, please show it. You get it goes a long way.
It does.
So the next comment is coming from Agba John Doe. He said, I can't reconcile such union, and I don't need to read from the wife. And if Mr. Anozie goes back to her, it will be worse for him in no distant time. Let her stay where she is, and he needs to rebuild his life without her, and he must carry out a DNA test on all 4 kids.
Men, anytime DNA, any
test.
small DNA, you should rest. See, let's even look at from the standpoint of when a woman is hot, like you said, would rant. Maybe she has just ranted, she has talked, and now she has taken a decision on her own. So let's not put all the blame on the woman for saying she's a single mother. She didn't do well.
But why is this one coming with DNA tests?
Did the
man say it's not his children?
Maybe
Those children are still for him.
Misunderstanding, and she just was like, oh, I'm a single mom, I'm not doing this anymore.
All these online in-laws, you know, we get to detect what will happen. When you bring, the thing is, when you bring your life, your house life, or whatever life to social media, expect comments like this.
Of course, you open yourself for people to give you.
They might even ask you check if your landlord is not even sleeping with your wife by this time. Anyways, let's move on to the next comment. This is coming from Daddy El Chulo from X, formerly Twitter. He says, on this Mr. Anozie and wife issue, all I have to say is, when a man makes money, the first thing he thinks about is his woman. When a woman makes money, the first thing she thinks about is how she doesn't need a man.
This is really no.
I've not made money, so I can't say for now.
I can't even agree to this comment.
I don't know. I have not made money. Maybe I should wait till when I make money to know if I. But I really want to get married, and I really want to have kids. So I don't know about this comment.
Well, he's just saying it from his own standpoint.
From his own standpoint,
I think
honestly.
He's speaking from his own
so
standpoint.
His opinion is valid.
Exactly.
All right. This is coming from Peter Silvanus. He says, how many years has she paid rent that she's shouting mental health? A woman should be there to solve things with her husband, not to be claiming single when they are facing challenges. What is she looking for online? Probably a man to solve it for her, instead of her to work to feed her children.
See, I think men need to understand that you are built to, to shield us, to help us, to provide for us. But when a woman decides to do that, you know that she's actually helping. But we know that women are supposed to be helpmeets. They're supposed to. When she's doing it, you need to appreciate her because it is not her work. It is not her work. So when she does it, don't say, I've been doing it and I don't have now. It is now your turn. No, it is your right as a man to do that. It's a right as a man to do that. So when a woman does that, see it as a way of she helping you. And please, you need to appreciate her. Appreciate her because she's actually doing your work. And that's just what I have to say in concerns to this comment.
That's cool, Sharon. You actually made a valid point, honestly. We women, we have always had this. We have this mentality of we are helpmates, so we are not supposed to be doing it. But then if you find her there, if you find yourself in that situation, please try to also support. You get. So you're very correct. Okay, this is coming from Media Deliverer, and he says, even if the woman was wrong, did you know women fake a lot of things like rape, abuse, bullying, etc. As a good judge, it's good to hear both sides. In all, I have no issues with his wife, but she is not giving people opportunity to help her. She abuses everybody online.
You say, why you go comment in this kind of time when everything is hot? You are going to comment. You think she's not going to abuse you?
No, honestly,
wrong, she's at the heat of the moment, so you don't even get to dictate how she acts.
The way she replies to comments, I really am beginning to have another thought that she's the
very
pepper body
kind of woman. Like you give me, I give you too.
So I think she needs to be calming down. See now, Asherkine has helped the husband. So, he's a good man. That's why I'm sure he's going to actually give her from inside. Yes. But if he's not a good man, he has seen that post. He will just say, let me use this 2 million and go and help my life.
This is now the negative part of social media and everything. Even if this man doesn't have that idea of, okay, I'm done with this woman, with the backlash and everything, and so this man did this to you. It can give that man, if he's not strong mentally, that man will sit down and just
very true, very
because
true.
He has now gotten the empathy of Nigerians, so he feels like, they are now on my side. If I go back to this woman, they might just
Hope he's not going to come out and start acting like a celebrity, just like the lady from Dunamis that came to claim that she was she graduated from law school and all of that. All right, the next comment is coming from Facebook, and this is from Abigail Aigobahi. She says, I believe you, ma'am. People may not really understand what you have been through. Nigerian women love marriages, and for you to walk away, I believe you have a valid reason. My prayers are with you and your family.
I like that quote. Nigerian women love marriages. We are not like the Western world now. No offense to the West, but the divorce rate there is it's so high compared to we in Nigeria, because you can't say you want to divorce your mother, your husband, and you go to meet your mother, even your mother-in-law. She says, yes, you can, except when it comes to infidelity.
We even change. I remember back in the days, my mom used to tell me stories. Say when you have issues with your husband and you run back to your home, they'll chase you back.
Of course.
They tell you, don't worry. She said her mom would tell her, I'm in my husband's house. You go back to your husband's house and both solve. So you have to learn a way to solve your issue. But right now, everybody, we are in this jet age. I don't know whether this jet age is a good thing or a bad thing, because everybody wants to share their story on social media, want to drop their story on social media.
Yeah.
But it's okay. This next comment is coming from Adekanla Jiboye. He said, I really wish you would not comment anymore. They don't know you. I knew what you going through all the years you taught my kids. This social media space only sees as far as people can type. No, as people can type words, no talk again.
Wow. This is someone I think knows
this is someone close to her.
The
they really
story
know
is not. See, you can, from the standpoint of the man, you can't get the full gist. You have to put both the man and the woman side by side to be able to be a full judge of it. We got to see Asherkine's video and what the man has to say. Then got to see the post of the #SingleMother on her Facebook page, and that was just the only evidence Nigeria had to start bashing this woman. But no, you've not even sat her down for her to say her own story and why she acted that way. Well, we are Nigerians.
I think the only reason why Nigerians are still hitting on the issue is because she tagged single mother and you are still with your husband.
Okay.
You are not divorced yet.
Because
I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure there's so many hashtags single mother online. There's so many of them. But then if you get to check their story, you know that this person is divorced, or this person is separated, or there's something happening, or the husband is dead or something. So why will your husband still be alive? And then it's something that you can solve. It's something that you can talk and we get to end. If you want to go your separate ways, nobody is holding you from divorcing right now. In Nigeria, everybody they will still tell you, please, so if you know you're going through abusive marriage or whatever it is, please go your separate ways, you get. So that's the more reason why Nigerians are still hitting her. She knows the reason why she put that there. She might have really been going through a lot. She has been going through so many things, maybe abuse in marriage. You can't tell, but then she shouldn't have put it up there. That's just it.
Since they've not come to a final conclusion.
Very true. So this is coming from the last comment we have on Facebook, and it's coming from Nkiruka Ezike Enyinda. At this point, and she says, at this point, please ignore whatever anyone says. I wish you both the very best. You wore the shoes and you know where they're hot. Take care of you and your children.
Women supporting women.
Yeah.
So women would not even want to hear the man's, what he has to say. So long their fellow woman said this, they are driving with it, they are going with it. And well, women supporting women, go
Anozie. Go Anozie. Wow. Well, the moral of the story is, please do not put up your family issues. I love the
moral of the story.
Yes, do not put up your family issues online if you do not have tough skin, because you are going to face a lot of backlash from online in-laws. They are all seated. In fact, so many of them do not have jobs. They are all seated. They have their 20 MB just to destroy you, to carry knife and choke you from online, and you cannot do them anything. So please, for crying out loud, because right now in her comments, if you go down to her comments, you get to see that she's very, very angry about so many comments. So please do not get to do that.
To do that. All right. Well, that is all we have for you for Ogochukwu from the Twitter.
From our tweet and from X, formerly Twitter, and our Facebook comments concerning this issue.
And that's all we have for you on Randoms today. Tune in same time to get updated on trending issues, of course, ranging from politics to lifestyle to entertainment and lots more. At this junction, I and Ogochukwu are saying bye-bye.